Whoa! Astonishing! A place like this less than a day's boat ride away from Cadia. Unbelievable! Even I find myself completely breathless. For this to exist in reality, astonishing. Say, Retona, Rune, is it just me? Or does this place feel really comfortable? I've been feeling really refreshed ever since we got here. No, I don't think it's just you. My body feels at ease just by being here. Yes, this sensation. It's like relaxing early in the afternoon, drinking tea, and reading a good book. I don't quite understand. This place is just gorgeous. Is it because it's night? It really feels like a very calm, quiet place. It does. It's as if all my worries from earlier have been purged. Still, I still can't let my guard down. At this time of night, most of the shops here are already closed up, so we should head straight to the inn. She's looking awfully tired too. Is he trying to be considerate? I've underestimated him. Oh, what a quaint little inn. Let's head inside. Good evening.
Oh, welcome.
I saw it clearly. The receptionist's sudden change of expression from a smile to a frown when she laid eyes on Sol. Don't worry, it's not me who's staying here. I'm just a guide. These girls will be your guests.
I see. Good evening. Mind if I ask where you're from?
You're all from Barbarkovi, right? Wink wink. Yes, that's right. We're here as prospectors. Although we arrived in town a little late, so we're looking for a place to stay.
Prospectors? At your age?
They've got entry permits, if you don't believe me. Sol's clearly telling me. Go on and show her your permits. Three of us do as he says and present our permits.
These are the real deal. Gotta permit yourself. Don't tell me you're going to be staying with them.
Ha ha ha. Of course not. Like I said, I'm just the guide. Once they find place to stay, I'll head straight back to surface. Just what is with this conversation?
So, how long are you going to be staying here?
We're not really sure yet.
Oh, come on. How am I going to know how many days to keep you booked? Did you at least think about that before you got here? Nothing but trouble for me.
Excuse me, miss, but what customers here? Your attitude makes us think that we're the ones causing you problems. Do you not want our business? I really didn't want to escalate this any further, but she just really got on my nerves.
Honey, could you take care of this instead? I'm done dealing with these people.
Her shine echoes throughout the inn as she vanishes into the interior.
What just happened there?
That's what I'd like to know. Good grief, that will... Ah, customers! Really, I'm sorry about that. How embarrassing. It's nothing. We just had a little disagreement. Didn't mean to cause any trouble, but we're exhausted from our long journey.
Retona, you had every right to say what you did.
No, she had no right to talk to you the way she did. I'll give her a good talking to later. You say you're prospectors, right? I swear, talk to you that way when you could be joining us as fellow residents. I do apologize on her behalf. Ah, thank goodness. This man is a much easier person to deal with. We're not looking for any trouble, just a place to stay. Is that so? How long do you plan to stay? Are you... a Visky? Yeah. Tour guide? Yeah. That's so. Thanks for your services. I'll take care of them from here. The innkeeper motions, shooing him away like one would a stray dog. What? Because of the disparity between his gentle tone of voice and his attitude, I only noticed what he meant a little too late. Visky? Sorry, could I have just a second? I haven't been paid for my services yet.
So you leaving already? What? What's happening? I still don't understand the damn language! Looks that way.
Aww. Okay, how about tomorrow? Can you guys around town tomorrow too? Of course we'll pay you right now too for 2 days work.
Just a moment here. Don't tell me you're just kicking this boy out. He's in a guest, is he? If not, he doesn't have any right to stay here. What an asshole. Why am I playing all these very racist games lately? Jeez. But he's got an entry permit and everything. He can at least stay in a room we're renting. Miss, that's a bit of a problem. I thought you didn't want to cause any trouble. I won't say anything more. Please pay that boy and have him leave. That'll be the end of that. As proxpessors, you need to understand at least this much. Ha ha ha, don't worry. I'm used to this already. This is just how things are in Neosasori. It's common sense. You don't have any right to talk about common sense, Fisky. Come on, you get the picture. Collect your money and get the hell out of here. Ha ha ha. Otherwise, I'll have to call the guards to throw you out. Am I really hearing all this? Did the owner really just say that? You said you still need a tour guide for tomorrow, right? You can just pay me tomorrow instead. I'll just head on home for now. No, you will get what you deserve. I gave him twice the amount he asked. I'm the slightest idea what's going on, but I'm paying for your services tomorrow in advance. I trust you'll honor our agreement. Miss, thank you. I'll definitely come back tomorrow. Good. See you tomorrow. So really going home. Still can't understand the language. What's going on? I'm completely lost. Everyone seems really mad. There's your room. If you need anything, please activate the mana signature by the bed. It's a mana line straight to the receptionist. Thank you. Safin, Rune, would you wait outside? Sure. Okay. Excuse me, could I have a word? What is it? Though we're Saracens, we're from Barbakoive. So we don't know a thing about Viscanta. It sure looks like it. So? Why treat Soul? No, that guide. Why the Kel's treatment? Could you explain what brought that about? I'd like to gain the details and gain some insight into this. Unlike his wife, the owner's expression doesn't change much. I can't tell what he's thinking by the look of his face. Okay then. Well, you called him a Visky, right? What did you mean by that? Visky means someone from Viscanta. Is it normal to call people from Viscanta Viskies? There's no need to call them Viscantans. Viski's plenty good for the likes of them. Wow! Super racist! I understand. Thanks, and sorry for your time. My pleasure. Enjoy your stay. I get it now. Visky is a slur. Yes, no shit. Turner, what was all that about? Why did soldiers get thrown out like that? I think there's a lot of discrimination between the people of Neosasori against Viscantans. Discrimination? I knew it. From the guard station on sign and the way this town isolates itself, something had to be up. Retona, Rune, why would Sol intentionally bring us here to a place where he's discriminated against? Maybe it's because I asked him for the safest place to stay. But wouldn't he hate coming here even if it was for work? Especially for us. We didn't know anything about this town, so we could have just browsed someplace else and we wouldn't have had known. Now that you mention it, Sol is rather different, isn't he? But he can't be a bad kid, I just know it. Not bad, no, but just can't tell what's going on inside his head. He seems to be worried about something the entire time. Oh, worried? Who, Sol? Yeah, I can't do Retona's voice in small bursts. It always catches me. Doesn't seem like it's me. It's like he was there physically but not emotionally, as if he was guiding us around begrudgingly. Unbelievable. Did he show any signs of that? As far as I could tell, he was happy to show us around. Remember when you were being mean to him? It didn't bother him. I wasn't being mean, I was being cautious. It's like he didn't care. To me, it looked like he just wanted to get over with and go home. I wonder, maybe his being alone was a lie.
maybe he isn't completely alone. There has to be someone else. Someone depending on him. During dinner, he wasn't with us the whole time, right? I think he was with that other person. Sally, that's amazing! All I saw was an energetic young boy. Well, let's put the topic of soul aside for a moment. There's no point speculating when we don't even have a clear grasp on our own situation. Don't forget, our main objective is to return to Rugenside as quickly as possible. Soul is quite the mystery himself, but we can't forget our primary goal. You're right. We're still a long ways from home. Let's focus on our plans for tomorrow. Any objections, Rune? No, I'm totally okay with that. You, Selphine? None here. Didn't seem like Soul was in danger either. Good. Let's start with tomorrow. I started doing Soul's voice. Good. Let's start with tomorrow's itinerary. Whether or not we meet up with Soul, the first thing we need to do tomorrow morning is to procure sediment stones. Ah, that's right. I totally forgot about that. If you don't mind me asking, Ratona, you're also looking for sediment back in Cadia. What do you need it for? I know it'll be for Minecraft at least. I need to have a line of communication between Selphine and me. On the off chance that we ever get separated, the most important thing is to stay in touch. Do you mean you can't use Minecraft without sediment stones? Oh wait, but I remember you used it back in the tavern, didn't you? I personally don't have issues using Minecraft, but I do. Campcraft allows us to have an almost permanent communication mana line with each other by using our own mana. It would be easy if it were between other crafter and me, since I just use my mana. But royalty, we're not allowed to use our mana for Minecraft. All the Minecraft I perform is fueled by Ratona giving me some of hers. Why go through all the trouble? They say that your lifespan is shortened every time you use mana. Living as long as possible is a necessity for royalty, so as a rule, they should avoid using mana when it's not needed. It's also to help prevent any incidents, like episodes of Empress Syndrome occurring. If royalty were to use Minecraft, the path down would also become unstable. Basically, they told me not to aggravate it any more than I had to. So that's why I only use Minecraft that doesn't need me to expand any mana. Things like mind diving, where I just read the other person's mana. It sounds awfully complicated. It does, but it's really quite simple. Right now, Selphine shouldn't use Minecraft when I'm not around. So opening a Campcraft line without sediment would be too dangerous. That's the gist of it. I see. Getting separated would be a huge hassle then. And it's not like we could just set a meeting place whenever we want to either. Oh yes, Rune, can you use Minecraft? Nope! I'm a robot! Well, I can't use it, but if you need to get in touch, then use this transceiver! I always have it with me at all times. Right, I forgot about that. That's good to know. Huh? Transceiver? It's something Ruto gave to me. The two devices have something like a Comcraft mind line between them that lets you talk with each other. Wow! That kind of stuff exists? Next on the agenda, we'll need to plan out a route for going back home. I'd really like to map out the shortest possible route, but just looking at this map isn't going to help much. The world map we got from Cadia is missing far too much information. Looks like we have no choice but to fill in the blanks with local maps for each country we travel to. I wonder if there's someone here who's more knowledgeable about that. The best place to look would be a tavern. Should we check it out during the day? Worst comes worst, we may have to stay in Caesarea till late tomorrow. I can't say for sure, but I'm totally clueless about this place. For starters, does Neo Caesarea even have a tavern? I would think this city would have at least one pub. Good point. I remember hearing people talk about a tavern. It was up on the surface near the restaurant we ate at. It sounded like they just came from one. They did. Well then. Ugh. Yeah, dude, Ratona, take a nap, for God's sake. This is my body's developing nice. Ratona, are you alright? You look really pale. Damn, what just happened? You're tired. As if my body were stabbed with a knife, I was numbed and lost all sense of pain. Ratona, just go to sleep. It's sleep deprivation. Being hit by sun lost control over my body. It's almost like a seizure. Ratona, let's just rest for now, okay? You really must be tired. Yes, I must be. So have a long journey ahead of us, so you need to take care of yourself.
You're right. After that seizure, my body's back to normal. My heart's beating a little faster than usual, but that's more out of surprise than anything. I'll go get some water.
No, let me. I'll get some for you. No, both of you stay here. I'll get some for you. Sally, just be here for Rotona. Rotona, you and Sally just rest up for now. I'm a robot. I don't need sleep.
Rune.
Thanks.
Hey, wait.
I'll be right back.
Rune still can't speak the language. Thank you. What about the language issues?
I think I should be able to get some from the reception. Water, water. Excuse me, I'd like a glass of water.
Ura needs some washwa. Yeah, you can't speak their language. God damn it, Rune.
I'm back. Here's the water. Thanks for... Wait, what's the matter? Ah, no, it's just that... I'll go cool off outside.
She needs to cool off. I knew she'd have language issues.
Ah.
Oh man, what was Rudo's voice? It's been like 3 weeks since I've done his voice. Rune. Come in, Rune.
Big brother.
The reception on my end here. I can barely hear you. Do you copy? Over.
Brother.
What's all this all of a sudden? Are you crying? I see. You couldn't understand each other at all because of language issues.
Exactly. I don't want to keep asking Southern Tone to translate for me either.
God, Rune. Complain more, why don't you?
You're like such a dead weight for them.
That is quite the problem, huh? Well, it made it even more difficult because of how you never think before you act. You're going to be traveling to all sorts of countries. Isn't it common sense to think about how to deal with the language barrier?
This is just so overcome with joy that I never even stopped to consider that!
Well, don't panic. As we speak, the members of Lab 9 are analyzing the erotome that Rotona and Selphine used. Won't be anytime soon, but you'll eventually be equipped with a similar function.
What? What? Oh, what do you mean by that?
Ask Elvis for the details. He's one in charge of analysis and development.
Wait, what?
Rune, can you hear me?
Elvis! Yes, I can hear your kind voice loud and clear. Nothing like Rudo's.
Bitch, what'd you say? Well, excuse me.
Oops, city over here.
Ha ha ha. Anyway, about the development of that aerotome.
Oh, yes. Am I going to be able to use it too? It's all happening so fast, I'm absolutely lost!
Ha 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 ha. Actually, we've been able to upgrade our systems so that we can remotely control your manoware.
What? Is that even possible?
Every sister is connected to Zevit's Enterprise with a special mana line in case of an emergency. This means we can transmit any information about your manoware directly to you.
Does that mean I have a direct Comcraft line inside me, like Selphie and Rotona?
Yes, the principle is similar to the transceiver that you have with you now. Science! Isn't it amazing?
But wait, even if you could push new features directly into my manoware, it would need much more mana bandwidth than what we normally use for conversation, right?
You're right. You understand a lot about this, apparently. Manoware pretty much makes up your core existence, so we need some allowance for safety reasons. That's why we've allocated roughly 3 to 4 times the normal bandwidth needed for communications. So long as nothing too extreme happens, we should have more than enough to spare.
But wouldn't that cost a huge amount of money?
Well, quite. Haha! Well, that was the official reason for Lab 9 conducting field tests on new technology. Russell. The truth is, Rudo wants to support you as much as he could for your journey. Before you left, he ordered your mana connection's bandwidth to be increased by quite a lot.
Wow. My brother did?
I couldn't think of any other reason. He practically had a shouting match with the board of directors about it.
Big brother. Just like always.
I hope you cut him some slack. He still needs to work on his people skills.
He really does. You know, it feels as though we've already been apart for 1.5 years.
A 1.5 years, huh? I wonder why. Is that how long the gap was between the release of the first game and the second game? 1.5 years? Is that their not so subtle joke? Anyways, I know you all just left early this morning, but even I feel the same way.
Well, I knew I could depend on Rudo. He's my big brother after all.
Ha ha ha. Anyway, back to Aerotorum. I've actually been curious about it ever since I've met those two. Thanks to Rotona and Salfina, I was able to witness firsthand a kind of mana craft called the Mind Dive. I was able to observe the process of packaging mana when Salfine communicated with me during the dive. That gave me a hint on how to do it. I thought I might be able to replicate it through scientific techniques.
Really? Is Aerotorum simple enough that you could imitate it just by quick observation?
That's the thing. While I've experienced it myself, figuring out how to replicate it is pretty difficult. I mean, I've had all of 2 days to work on it, though. Still, a linguistic system that allows everyone to understand each other. It definitely has some aspects in common with the essence of what science is. Using mana as a vehicle for one's own thoughts and consciousness. Whoever thought of the concept is undoubtedly a genius. Basically, it's like constructing a universal mannerism that makes the other person understand what you're trying to convey. Thinking of words as nothing but various wavelengths might make it easier to comprehend. No, that makes it harder, actually. By assigning a different frequency and amplitude to each concept represented by a word, you can convey information, regardless of what language you spoke. And then you package it and send it as mana so that the other person can more easily interpret it.
Sorry if I'm interrupting. I don't think I understood even a word of what you just said.
Oh dear, sorry about that. Nitch and the others and I were talking about the workings of Aerotorum just now, and I couldn't help but want to share. Ha ha!
I didn't know Elvis could be so passionate about this.
We should be able to complete the prototype by tomorrow.
Tomorrow? It's been like 3 days! That's fast!
It's not like we need to create a physical prototype anyway. It's nothing more than figuring out how to package it as mana. There will probably be some issues that need to be ironed out, but we'll continue to send you updates as we improve it. It'll take a while before it's perfect, so just be patient.
Of course!
And there you have it. We'll be sending you the Aerotorum protocol one of these days. Rune, we're counting on you for the field tests.
Yes! Leave it to me!
Oh, and... How is it? The outside world.
Brother, it's like, you know, just, yeah!
Helpful. Looks like your vocabulary mana bank is malfunctioning.
Is that it? How do I say this? It's even been a day since I left Caddy and I've already had so many new experiences. How do I put it? It's full of overwhelmingness. Rudo! You never guess where I am now. I'm in a city at the bottom of the ocean, right in the middle of a Vita stream that Dad researched. Can't believe it, a city at the bottom of the ocean.
Port Sassari in Viscanta, right? And bottom of the ocean would have to mean you're in Neo Sassari. Was it Ratona's idea? Good thing I made sure to give you a lot of extra money.
No way! Rudo, how'd you... Jeez, you know everything, don't you?
Very pleased I'm pretty familiar with Viscanta. Especially with Sassari. After all, I have its flagship facilities located there. Ooh.
Eh? Ivas? No, that can't be. How'd they manage to get a contract?
It's a long story. Probably involving Rune Alpha killing a lot of people. Well, regardless, don't stay in Sassari too long. If you're in Neo Sassari especially, then you should already have noticed. That town is very racist. Well, I don't really have to say this, but Viscanta isn't a good place to be right now.
What do you mean by that?
It happened over 10 years ago. Visconti was on the verge of collapse until Ceres invested heavily in its development. Now there's a huge gap between the rich and the poor for those two countries.
I had a feeling that was the case. Things felt off.
I'll be straight with you. With the way things are, tensions between Visconti and Ceres are at their peak. Unfortunately, the ship arrived late, so you had no choice but to stay the night. But you need to leave as early as you can.
What do you mean by...
Rudo, we're just about at our limit for the mana. We need to end the transmission soon. Did you get that, Rune? We don't have much time left for this transmission.
Ah, yeah.
That place shouldn't pose that much of a threat, for now. As long as you're with Rotona, you shouldn't be in any danger. Just, all you stand to gain by staying there is bad memories.
Okay. Understand, Rudo.
Hope to hear from you soon, Rune.
Likewise. Good night, everyone.
I decided not to give these guys voices. Too many, and they're not important. Rudo, this is amazing. We were actually able to communicate with the Interpol. Of course, that was the idea in the first place. Well, yeah, I know that, but still. Doesn't it get you excited, seeing it happen with your own two eyes? What would Sid say if he were still alive, I wonder? Who knows? And let's not forget Rune! Rune sounded like she was enjoying herself. I had my reservation about sending her out at first, but as long as she's happy. Come on, everyone. We're not getting any sleep tonight. There's work to be done. Let's hustle and finish this Eratoran protocol prototype. Rudo, you have a meeting tomorrow with the board of directors, right? We're counting on you to keep them off our backs. Yeah. Well, if you'll excuse me. Good night. Have a good rest. Thanks for your hard work.